Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for your late night transfer news rundown of the evening's news and the day's news surrounding Manchester United in this cash transfer window. We're going to cover it all in this video, in this late night video, so do get yourself involved throughout and smash that like button at the start of this stream as well. Give it a massive thumbs up, share it around on the socials, and get yourself involved in the live chat with these legends. What's going on, Red Devil Yannick and Lamonge, Amy Evans, Mark Nurse, Millie Rono, Master Yoda, Batman Night Fan, Amy Evans again there, United Tactical Talk, Rush Mano, Raj Sue, Fire Up, Chief Shrewman, Henry, Batman Night Fan, John Adair, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for getting in the stream tonight. We've got a bit to get into in regards to some interesting links and also some players linked with a move away to Manchester from Manchester United as well tonight. So we're going to get into it all tonight, guys. Of course, we had that game this morning. I'm feeling a little bit tired, hence why I look like this, because I have had a little bit of a nap this evening just from melting. After having to get up earlier from that game, guys. I'm not used to getting up at 10 a.m. What's that all about? but it was a decent first half, wasn't it? I enjoyed the first half of Manchester United today. Barely sort of put a foot wrong in the first half, but the second half just go to show you what a bag of absolute gash we can be with all the vulnerabilities on display, all the error-laden mistakes happening, all throughout the pitch, really. You know, the midfield turned to shite. And definitely defensively, we're an absolute bloody debacle in that second half against Villa in the preseason friendly today. So I'm glad that happened, really, folks. I am glad that happened, that we had that little bit of an implosion in the second half, because it just highlights how gash-tastic we are at the back and also in other areas of the team. We need to strengthen, and certainly if we have any issues with the forward players in our team getting injured, we're pretty lightweight there and screwed also. So we need to get some players in before the end of the window for all different positions. But certainly, you're looking at that back line and you're thinking Slabo and Lindelof. They're absolutely fucking gash-tastic. They're not the duo fit enough to play for United, in my opinion, for this season. So Ten Hag's got Martinez coming in. Is he going to be playing at centre-back or is he going to be playing at CDM? Lots of questions, which we'll get the answers to at some point. But right now, just a massive feeling of concern is surrounding the club, in my opinion, because, well, we are significantly off the pace. Our vulnerabilities are still there. What do we really expect to have changed that much from having Slabby and Lindelof in the middle and the likes of McTominay and Fred and these guys? What has really changed? The personnel is still the same. Yeah, okay, tactically, there's going to be a complete emphasis and a switch on how we're going about our football. Ten Hag's not going to be playing the same way. So that is a big change, and that alone can get you quite far, I suppose, this season. But we also need personnel. We need players who are quality enough to do the job. Slabo Maguire ain't it. Slabo Maguire ain't it, guys. Good evening there, Mark Cowdrey. Thanks for getting in. And Connor Matthews and Steve Wild, Matthew Smith, everybody, thanks for joining us. Yeah, do drop that like if you're just getting in the chat. We're going to be dipping in and out the chat and hearing your thoughts and opinions throughout the show. Make sure you do get yourself in there with your thoughts and opinions. And at the end of the stream, we'll have a bit of a Q&A as well, see what you guys are saying for yourselves. But, okay, let's just get into the transfer news anyway. I mean, we've got some links with players that are expected to, that United will still go after this summer. And we need them. We need various different players. We need lots of different position improvements because, well, we are having a bit of a nightmare. The midfield is evidently a little bit gash. I've got high hopes for Donny van der Beek under Ten Hag, but I still haven't seen anything from Donny van der Beek. McTominay's an absolute gash merchant. Fred is good, but he's not great and never will be. So there you go. I mean, that's a bad midfield we've got right now at the club. If we get De Jong in, that improves it significantly, but it's still probably not the standard that it needs to be, really. So, in my opinion, that's an area we need to strengthen. Another centre-back wouldn't go amiss, a right-back, and a striker and a winger. That's all we need. That's all we need. Man United just need to sign another 3 or 4 players now after the business that we've done, and we'll probably have a squad capable of getting 3rd or 4th, maybe. That's the reality of it. We are a 6th-place squad right now. We haven't really improved that much. Other teams have made strides and improved, and if we actually want to challenge for top 4, we've also got to start making some strides and improving and getting some players in, which is sort of leads me on to the first link we've got tonight, which is there's a new piece of information that's come out in regards to Antony. James Ducker and various different outlets reporting that Manchester United are interested in signing Antony, and his representative is understood to have been in Manchester this week. High fee, but still doable. So this is a player that we've been linked to all summer long, of course, and he is a very good player. It does have a lot of big potential, being, 22-year-old Brazilian winner, playing for Ajax, scoring goals, getting assists, having a good old time of it. Had a good season, Ten Hag links. It makes sense for Manchester United to pursue this guy. But it's just a huge amount of money that we're talking about. I mean, we've got also this info that says United are prepared to go above £51 million for Antony, but will not meet Ajax's asking price of £68 million. So Ajax understood to want €80 million for Antony, which is just an unprecedented amount for a player like this. I mean, he's a very talented player and he's going to be a very good player in the future, but they're asking a little bit too much there. I think it's a negotiation tool, isn't it, to try and get more money. We've seen it all before. We've seen it all before with some of their other players. So they'd be prepared to sell him. I mean, some people are saying that, Antony's not going anywhere now because their new manager's come out and said that he's staying, or come out and said something along the lines of, we're not looking to sell any more players this summer now because we've already sold a lot of players and we need to keep our squad intact that we've got and add to it, and we're not going to sell any more players, basically. That doesn't really mean jack shit. I'm pretty sure that he said about Lisandro Martinez about 2 weeks ago that he doesn't really want to sell Lisandro Martinez because it's hard to find players of that quality, etc. What happens next? Agreement in place with Manchester United. It's about the money, guys. They want the money, of course. They want to be compensated big time for this player that they've developed, and rightfully so. Man United will compensate them well, but we will not compensate them to the tune of €80 million. That is just absolutely mad. Do us a favour, though, in the chat. Let us know what you think this value should be, guys, for Antony. How much do you think Man United should pay in terms of euros for this guy? We've gone over it a couple of times, but I think about a similar amount to what we paid for Lisandro Martinez, except maybe just a bit more. So, I think somewhere, maybe turn the euros into pounds, and you've got yourself a decent sort of number that we could pay for this guy, £55 million. I wouldn't feel very comfortable spending much more than that on this guy because, well, he's not it's not the hugest of names player. He's not the hugest of reputation player. He's coming in with a very, very good CV and also huge potential. But crikey, it's a lot of money to just pay on potential alone. You've also got to have some sort of basis, like, I don't know, doing it in one of Europe's top leagues, to a high standard, rather than, no disrespect to the Eredivisie, but it is different. It's harder to judge somebody on coming from the Eredivisie. Let's look at Memphis Depay. When he first came to Manchester United, he had like 29 goals the season before in the Eredivisie. Comes to the Premier League and is absolutely a gash and managed to get like 2 goals. So it is different doing it in the Eredivisie and then doing it in the Premier League. So there's too much money that they're asking for this guy. He's an Eredivisie player. No Eredivisie player is worth 80 million at this moment. I mean, maybe if they, some of these players that come out, I mean, there are some huge name players over the years, the likes of De Jong and the likes of De Ligt, and these guys do go for that sort of money, but it's few and far between. €65 million, says Aidan Feeney. 60 to 65, says Mark Nurse. Red Devil Yannick thinks 60. Hey, Kojak's Football Shack, what's going on, says 40. Madness, says Rich M. 55 mil. Yeah. Lucky Singh says 63. 60 mil is a fair price with add-on, says Hader. 63 mil to Ajax, says Lucky Singh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're talking about euros, I can feel you. I mean, pounds-wise, that's just too much money to pay, in my opinion. Look, it's not our money. I don't care. Just go and get the player. So I understand it from that point of view. And Ajax are probably not likely to sell this guy for anything less than a big amount of money because, well, they are in a position where they have sold a lot of players this summer. And if they're going to sell more players, they're only going to sell them to be, if they're convinced with a huge, hefty, significant transfer offer. So, hey there, Big Bear. What's going on, you legend? I hope you're well. And everybody else who's getting in here. Sorry if I missed any. Chip Douglas, Stephen Doug Banner, IQ Insane, Sir Paul Scholesy, Lucky Singh, 14 Bras. Hit that like button if you're getting in, guys. Have your say on all the topics we're discussing. We do get in and out the chat. So, just let's hear your thoughts on Antony at the moment for a potential replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not really a replacement, though, is he? But he could be somebody that if Ronaldo goes, that's who we go and get, because there will be quite a bit of money freed up. If we are able to get some sort of a transfer fee for Ronaldo as well, you can put that towards it. I don't want Ronaldo to go anywhere, but the roads are sort of leading to the fact that Jorge Mendes is still looking for other clubs for Cristiano Ronaldo, and therefore we do need to have a look at getting a replacement, somebody to score some goals. This guy's a great forward player. Yeah, okay, he can play at the striker as well. He can play right wing. It just gives us more options and versatility. I think primarily he'd be coming in to be a winger, but but we've also already got some decent wingers there. But if anything happens to any of these decent wingers we've got, then we definitely need another top quality winger to come in. Otherwise, we're going to sort of Pellistri and Amad Diallo and these guys. And they're probably not up to the standard just yet. But we have got good wingers already, so it's not the most important position in my opinion. But we need goals. We need somebody that can replace Cristiano. He's reportedly being offered to teams like Atletico Madrid right now by his agent, and they're having discussions, and apparently Diego Simeone's very interested in him. Hey, Mark Harris, how you doing? Thank you so much for getting in here with your $2 Aussie dollar super chat, mate. He says, Maguire seen reading Ekme Newbie book of defending. Thank you so much, Mark Harris. Apparently he was, Ten Hag was getting pelters after the game. Not pelters, but people were shouting at him, Maguire out, quite a lot throughout the, throughout like when he's doing his post-match interview and stuff like that, Maguire out and that kind of thing. I mean, I definitely do think that it's not the best of starts when you make this guy the captain and stick with him. Maybe he's just going through the motions of giving everybody a chance, and this is his sort of evaluation time where he's going to actually have a look at all these players in the pre-season and make a decision by the start of the Premier League campaign as to who is going to be his first team. Of course that's the case, and maybe Maguire won't be in there. That's all that I can hope. So what do you think, guys? Let's get a hashtag Maguire in or Maguire out if you think he will be featuring in the Ten Hag squad this season in the Premier League. I personally think that he will play a squad rotation role. I think that Sandro's come in to play centre-back quite a lot of the time. And also, we've got Varane, and if Varane's fit, then I'd rather see the combination of Varane and Sandro rather than Slabo Maguire. Slabo Maguire's the type of player, though, in some games, he's the sort of guy you probably would rather have in some ways, because he is a big slab. He can get up in the air and he can clear balls away and things like that. So he's a sort of Stoke City-esque defender, which wouldn't necessarily be bad in some games. Like, the only concern I have about Lisandro Martinez playing centre-back is he's short. Now, he is very short. And there's been some great short centre-backs in the history of the game. But not that many in the Premier League, in all fairness, because it's a very big, strong, physical league. And if you get like those big 6'2", 6'3" attackers attacking those balls, and those balls are whipped in, it could be a tough ask in the Premier League for Lisandro Martinez. However, we are looking at his stats, of course, from last season. His aerial duels won, his aerial battles won. Actually better than the likes of Harry Maguire. But doing it in the Premier League is quite a different scenario, isn't it? But I agree, yep, Lucky Singh, he is a very good player. And let's face it, there's more to the facets of the game, particularly defending, than just being able to get up in the air and climbing above a towering forward. There is a bit more to the game than that, i.e. your one-on-one defending ability, your judgment of the game, your reading of the game. Like, if you can read what the opposition is going to do just that split second quicker, and you've got a good sort of understanding of positioning and that kind of thing, then you can obviously be a very, very good defender without things like, height. So it's not the most important thing in the world. I mean, nobody's perfect. There's not really a player out there who's got every single attribute that you need, really, particularly defenders. So, like, Harry Maguire is good at lots of things, but he's ultimately the thing that lets him down is his absolutely atrocious pace. And then Lisandro Martinez, great baller, skillful, left foot, all that rest of all plus points. But he's a garden gnome, guys. He's 5'7" or whatever. So nobody's perfect. I would just say that I personally would feel more confident with almost anybody else playing in there other than the likes of Slabo and Lindelof at the moment. You saw them today, guys, against Aston Villa in the preseason game. They were shite, guys. Did you see that goal that they scored, the first goal, Aston Villa's goal? I mean, it's totally unacceptable defending, folks. I know it's only a preseason friendly. We're not going to get too much of a witch hunt here, but let's just say it how it is. Amateurish, schoolboy-esque, dog and duck defending from the guys. Absolutely pathetic. Lindelof just got completely mugged off, and Maguire's moved out the way of the ball, jumped out the way. It was absolutely gastastic. So, that's what you can expect to see from those guys, is them succumb into opposition goals reasonably easy sometimes because, I don't know, they're just not very top-class defenders. So it is an important... Well, Virgil's perfect, says Jason W. I mean, in terms of like having all the attributes of where you need it, he's a good complete centre-back. You make a fair point there. But there's not that many players that have all of the attributes that you need for that position, in my opinion. But listen, this guy is the butcher of fucking Buenos Aires or whatever his name is. He's a butcher apparently, and he's prepared to step over dead bodies to put his body on the line and do what it takes for the team to win. So that's the sort of attitude and mentality I like from the guy. Clearly, he's a passionate, competitive player, and he's also had a couple of really good seasons. He's got a Ten Hag connection. I'm not worried about that. But anyway, how do we get onto this again, folks? Oh, yeah. So the amount of money that we've got left at Manchester United should be £100 million, £120 million, £130 million. It should be around about that, because all we've actually done is agree a fee with Ajax for €55 million for Martinez at this stage. Yep, okay, the De Jong money, if that goes through at some point, then that's going to take a big chunk of that. But we still got money. We still should be spending to significantly improve this team. Antony is a large amount of money on that one. So I'll just ask the live chat this. Let's face it, Antony would probably take up the rest of the budget here. If we get De Jong, Antony's going to just destroy the rest of the budget. Well, not destroy, it's obviously a good acquisition, but it would take up most of the rest of the budget, in my opinion. I can't see United spending much money beyond signing Antony for 60 mil or whatever it would cost. So let's just ask the live chat, what would you rather see Manchester United do? Is buy Antony, so put Antony in the live chat if you'd rather see him buy Antony, or just put someone else or other, because I'm in the other camp, to be fair. Although I think Antony is a very, very good player, is he going to improve our team that much? Let's just look at it from this point of view, guys. We know that the best teams are built on defence and midfield, and we know that United's vulnerabilities over the last few seasons has been our midfield and our defence in particular. You got Cristiano Ronaldo at the top, banging the goals when you can get him the ball last season. Couldn't get in the ball half the time, though. That was a problem in the midfield. It was a problem in the defence. Conceding a lot of goals. We know we had a goal difference of 0 last season, guys, in the Premier League. Fucking 0. Scored as many as we conceded. Absolutely pathetic. So, I'd rather other players come in, because I think that we could strengthen in other areas of the team, which would make us a better team. I'd almost rather have, Martial up there and then a proper awesome full complete team behind them, rather than having a top heavy team with really good attackers and lots of attackers, but then not enough players in the midfield and not enough quality in the defence. I don't really understand it. It's like we're always constantly trying to stack these attacking players when we don't actually truly address the proper problem areas of the team, which is the midfield and the defence. Antony says Mark Nurse. Antony and De Jong says Paul Scholes. Antony says Elliot. We're looking to get Antony. I get him, says Lucky Singh. Other says Jason. Antony says Gary Butler. Get Antony be a good first window, says Devils of Red. Other says Big Bear. Up the Villa. I mean, okay, fair enough. A lot of people seem to want to get Antony, and I rate him highly. He looks like an absolute baller, to be fair, guys. He does look like an absolute baller, and I wouldn't pass up the opportunity. But if all we've done at the end of this transfer window, in my opinion, is get Antony, De Jong, Eriksen, Malacia, and Martinez, it's good. It is good. You can't say that's not a good window. That would be a good window. But it wouldn't be a great window, though, because there's still issues in that defence and issues in that midfield which haven't gone anywhere. So, yeah, okay, great. Let's get this guy in, especially if Ronaldo's not. I think that's the key, really. I think we'll get Antony and we'll be prepared to pay that amount of money if Ronaldo goes. And if Ronaldo doesn't go, maybe we won't. I think that could be the case. Jadon Sancho started the preseason very well. He's looking like a baller. We're expecting high things from him this season. Rashford's looked a lot better. Still got that ability in his brain where he just gives up, though. In the first half, he's pressing, he's running, he's even doing a little bit of tracking back and stuff. Good to see. But then there was a moment in the second game which summed him up, really. In the second half, he got challenged and he just gives up. He's got to get himself out of that mentality, because that's not going to help him. It's not going to help us. Players like this need to give it 100%, give it their all, and start having a little bit of swagger and fight about them. Not giving up too easy. So I'm concerned about Rashford. I'm concerned about Martial. Martial could be a pre-season hero. Who's interested in that? I want players who are doing it in competitive competition week to week in a consistent way. Top ballers. I personally do not think that Antony's that Antony's the answer to the biggest problems that we've got at Manchester United. I mean, yeah, we've got good options there. If Ronaldo goes, we're going to need some more forwards. But crikey, the midfield's still going to be shit. We still haven't got De Jong in, and even if we do, the midfield arguably could still be questionable with the likes of Fred or McTominay or Donny to partner the likes of De Jong, unless we're going to be seeing Lisandro Martinez and De Jong in the middle of the park, in which case the defence is going to be dodgy. So, whichever way you look at it, we've got problems at the back, we've got problems in midfield, and they need addressing, guys. Thank you for subscribing there, Red77. Really appreciate you, dude. If you guys are new, do what Red77's done and hit that subscribe button, my friends. We're on here every day giving you the latest United news in a no bullshit way. Please do drop a like on this video as well if you just joined in. That helps us out big time. Boosts us up on the algorithm and helps us compete with all these clickbait wankers who say that all these deals and bids and everything's been already done, etc. So please do hit that like on this video. Smash the old subscribe if you're new and get yourself involved. Nice one. Yep, okay. Okay. See if Barcelona want Lindelof. Nice one, Abdi Limax. I think they probably would. I personally think Lindo would do well over there. I'm not even joking. He's just not really cut out for the rough and ready of the Premier League. His one-on-one defending is not good enough for us. I don't rate him. Rushy says we've got 99 likes. Nice one, guys. 1 like away from 100. Please do smash that one up if you haven't done so. The Education Tree thinks Sangare would be a great shout. You see, now you're talking. If you get Sangare and De Jong, well, that means we've improved the defence with Martinez, the defensive midfield with Sangare, the midfield potentially with De Jong, the left-back position, the CAM position. I mean, now you're talking. Now we're actually making strides for improving our midfield, improving our vulnerable areas. Scott McTominay is not the answer. Victor Dwindloff is not the answer. Slappington Maguire are not the answers. And sad as it is to say, Wan-Bissaka and Dalot are not the answer either. Those guys aren't up to the standard for our right-back spot. Don't you never convince me that they are, because they've got good facets to their game, but they're not complete enough players. They've got vulnerabilities, just like Lindo and Maguire in different areas. They've just got weaknesses which are too glaring and will cost us. So, yeah, Dalot's good going forward. Can't defend. Wan-Bissaka's good defensively. Can't go forward. These are big problems for us. We should be looking at maybe going to get something like Denzel Dumfries rather than fannying around like a bunch of fannies and sticking with what we've got there at the moment. I don't think that's quite going to get the job done. For Ten Hag and his style and his system and everything we're trying to achieve this season. So we're vulnerable in that area. You look at some of the best wing backs in the game, people like Trent or people like Reece James. These guys, they can all really, their strengths are very much that they can attack, they can create, they can score. That's the modern fullback, really. You do have to defend as well. I think Trent's defending is questionable, but still, he makes up for it by his creation and his assists and his goals and things like that. And that is what we're going to have to try and get towards, getting a new right back that's capable of doing a bit of both. Ten Hag's system demands this. So, thank you very much, Daryl Platt. Says, great show, Pig. Down and dirty truth. Thank you, Daryl Platt. But yeah, well, that's it. I mean, look, we could go and spend big money on Antony. That's what the Glazers shithouses want. They want to open up that Brazilian market. They want to sell a bunch of shirts. They want to get a flamboyant Brazilian in, a big name, attacking player. They love attacking players. They love sticking an attacker in the team and selling a load of shirts and stuff and opening up a new market. But actually, the most fundamental parts of our team that needs strengthening is actually not the attack, in my opinion. Even if Ronaldo goes, we do need someone. But I wouldn't spend 70 mil of our budget on an attacker right now, because crikey, that money could be better spent in the midfield of the defence, in my opinion. Trent is not good in defence as in United. That's what I'm saying. He's got vulnerabilities defensively, but he is super good going forward. So, like I was saying as well, nobody's perfect, but I do think the modern fullback requires you to do a bit of both. But that's true. Mike says, but Trent has Virgil to cover him. That is such a good point as well. So, but he's still defensively is not the best, but I think everyone would almost consider him as a fucking winger, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, he is a great attacking player. He's not the best defensively, but what would you rather have? Wan-Bissaka is the opposite. He's the polar opposite of that. He's like gash going forward, but defensively a beast. I think there's definitely a place in the squad for someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Just, is he worth keeping around as a rotationary player when he's potentially worth 30-odd mil for your squad that you could go and spend elsewhere and improve your team? I just don't think so. So if there was a good offer that came in there for, say, Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace or whoever, then just get rid and try and then spend and get another right back. That's what I think. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that Manchester United need a new right back. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you think that we're okay with Dalot and Wan-Bissaka at the moment. I mean, again, we've got options there. They're not bad players, and they're both young. They could both be moulded. So, again, I suppose it's not the most important position to strengthen, but I do think it's a weak area for the team. Elliot Manduna says 1. Pyramid Scheme agrees. Mr. Leo G disagrees. WWE Network and Mike disagree. Mark Nurse says Dalot is clearly better than Wan-Bissaka, says Mark Nurse. Do you think... I disagree. I actually disagree. I do disagree. Dallow's better going forward. He craps the bed at the back, though. Wan-Bissaka is a beast defensively, a proper beast, man. But he's crap going forward. So, but I actually disagree. In terms of, like, what do you want your defenders to do? I know I've just said that it's a modern fullback game and all that. But in terms of, like, who can actually defend, I personally think Wan-Bissaka is actually better. Dallow's definitely better going forward, but definitely better crossing. He got an assist the other day, good crossing, etc. He's definitely better at that. But Wan-Bissaka kicks the shit out of him defensively. However, that's not enough in this current day and age, as I've said, for the right-back spot. So that's probably why Wan-Bissaka doesn't have that long left in this football club. Maybe he will be given chances. Maybe he'll play a rotation role this season. But I just don't think he's going to stay that long because he can't actually get those good crosses in and he can't create for us from that position, which we do need somebody to be able to do both. Daryl Platt says Dumfries is far better than both. There you go, exactly. Malp says 3 new signings in 2 weeks till the new season. What the hell is going on with recruitment? Oh, it's just an absolute disgrace, isn't it, Malps? It is a shocker, bud. I mean, you can't defend this one. You want anything in the Chinese pig? Yes, I'll have some sweet and sour chicken balls and some beef chow mein, please, lad. Mickey Kramer says both are good and can be utilised in specific games, but they are polar opposites, and there's no clear backup option for either. Great shout, Mickey Kramer. Love that. So this is how I would define as Man United's right-back situation. We've got like 2.5-star players or 3-star players out of 5 this rating system is, when really what we need is a 4.5-star player or a 5-star player there. Just one will do. You know, instead we've just got pretty average player there. Pretty good options, but no great options. That's piss poor when you're talking about Manchester United. We've got to have great options in all positions of the team, really, not good options. So I am very concerned about that position. I think you were gifted a membership, Mr. Leo G, by somebody. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably that legend, Mark Harris or Eddie Trooper or Rush Mano or one of those legends who's gifted it to you. So, yeah. Dumfries, De Jong and Antony and job done. Now you're talking, Dancing with the Devil. Yes, please. Now you're talking. See, if we did get the right-back position sorted out and sell one of our right-backs. Remember, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we paid 50 million quid for that guy. Goodness me, that's a penetration. Wow, I can't believe we actually did pay that amount for the guy. I mean, look, he had a lot of potential, huge potential. He still does. He's still young. But 50 million, crikey, we got bent over. What does our recruitment team, what did they do over the previous past 5, 6, 7 years? Unbelievable what they managed to do. 80 million on Maguire. 89 million on Pogba, paying his agent fucking 25 mil and all the rest of it. Man, they've made some absolute cataclysmic financial gash transfer decisions over the years, haven't they? They really have done. But anyway, Wan-Bissaka is not a player that you can get anywhere near that money for again at the moment. In the current market, his price tag has gone significantly down. I think he's a £30 million player tops, maybe even 25. Guys, how many pounds do you think we could get for Wan-Bissaka, realistically? What do you think the value of Wan-Bissaka should be at the moment? I think it's basically half what we paid for him, guys. That's how shit Man United are at recruitment. It's basically half what we paid for him. Maybe 30 mil, but 50 million, sell him now, says Lucky Singh. I don't think we'll get the money for him there. 25 says Steve Wild, 20 says Palmarius, 30 says Killer Boss, 25 says Abdi, at least 30 says Mike. We don't want him, says Lucky. 20 mil says Hader. How you doing there, Hader? 20 says Dancing with the Devil, 35 says Batman. Okay, well, everybody's saying 20 to 35. I personally think 25 to 30 in that region. I wouldn't sell him for less than 25 million. No way. I just wouldn't sell him. He's worth more than that, I think, to Manchester United, just as a defensive option, rather than just selling him for 20 mil. Bitch Clark says no club would pay over 20. You're probably right. We're probably looking at a season-long loan or something. somebody just giving us a small fee and paying 100% of his wages. That's probably more realistic than actually getting decent money for the guy. But I don't know. It's not worth us doing that either. Anyway, 28 mil says Barry Thorpe. 18 mil says TC Boy. Pure crap bin jobs, like he's saying. Right, okay, hang on a second, guys. Right, hang on a second, guys. People have short memories in this game. Answer me this question, guys. Answer me this question and don't lie. And be honest. Be honest. And let's just see if we agree. When Wan-Bissaka came in, for the first 18 months, I personally think he was one of our best players. Yes or no? What do you think, guys? Yes or no? When he first came in, yes or no? When I say best, I don't really mean best. I mean consistent, did his job, and was good. That's what I think. He's had good spells. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Wan-Bissaka was good. I don't care what anybody says. He was legit good because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team was a more defensive, more counter-attacking team, which benefited having a defensive-minded right-back in there, I suppose. Wan-Bissaka was fucking good for Man United for a couple of seasons, guys. People forget, but he was actually good. It's just that the team then descended into shite. But Wan-Bissaka helped us to, get a second-place finish and all the rest of it, guys. It's just that the whole season imploded last season. And unfortunately, Wan-Bissaka is not a modern fullback. And so, therefore, he's fallen by the wayside. But as a defensive option in your team, he's not a bad option for anyone to have. Yeah, that's right, McKay. Back when we were counter-attacking side, back when we were a defensive set-up side, and it makes sense to have that sort of player. It's horses for courses, guys, isn't it? It's like you don't want Harry Maguire playing in a high block sort of team when you're camped out on the halfway line, that kind of thing, because he's got space behind him, and his space is going to be exploited because he's got no pace. But playing for Burnley, or playing for a low block team, playing for somebody that's just going to sit there and hoof balls away, Maguire would probably be a fucking great defender. It's horses for courses. And if what you're trying to do is play with an attacking style with overlapping wing-backs, creating chances, getting balls into the box, Wan-Bissaka's not your man, really. He's more the guy to sit in a deeper team and counter it and then, counter-attack. It's not really a player that, in my opinion, is the guy to create anything for you. He can stop the opposition, but he's not going to create. Mitch Clark says, yeah, he was good, then got United-ified. Same with Bruno. We do something to our players. Yeah, I know, yeah, they do seem to catch the United disease. It is worrying, man. Great players come in and turn to absolute tosh. Thank you, Night Whisper. He says, hit the likes. Thank you very much, Night Whisper. How many we got? We got nearly 150 likes, everybody. Please continue dropping that like button. Give it a cheeky little bacon brigade. Like spike. And thank you, every one of you that's done that. Appreciate you. Devils of Red says he locked down the right side when he came in, then been poor ever since. Yeah, so he was good for a spell. He was good for a while. And I have fond memories of Wan-Bissaka playing at right back in a defensive capacity. We were calling him the spider. Honestly, I can't really fault his one-on-one defending. His one-on-one defending puts players like Mags and Lindo to shame. Some people suggest he could play centre-back. I'm not so sure about that because, well, what is he, 5'11"? We're talking about Martinez being 5'7" or something, but 5'11", is he the best in the aerial battles? Can he read the game as well that you need to in that centre-back position after not playing there, not a natural player there? Probably not to the level that we need him to. So I don't think that, there's necessarily a future for Wan-Bissaka. But defensively, I will say he's definitely a banging defender. He is a good defender, folks. Yeah, he will stop left wingers all day, says Mickey. And for certain games, when you've got a really, really tough opposition and you're going to be under the cosh a bit, maybe it makes sense to put him in there instead of Dalot even now because, well, he can actually defend. But really what United need to do is just sell one of those right backs and get a new right back in. Sibbo1, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much, Sibbo, for getting in here, sir. He says, Gutso, right back, Sangara, CDM, Antony, right wing. Oh, nice one, Sibbo. I like your style. You see, and some of these players you mentioned, they shouldn't be available for too much money. Antony's a huge amount. But I've seen reports to say that you could get somebody like Sangari for like 29 mil. I've seen reports to say Dumfries 35 to 40 mil. These players are not overly expensive players, really. I think United could do some restructuring and sign both of these sorts of guys we just discussed. Why not? We've got a lot of players still at the club who are kind of surplus. Surely someone wants Harry Maguire for some money. Surely somebody would take Wan-Bissaka, Crystal Palace, or maybe Dalot would go to Roma or wherever, There's surely some teams that would be interested in our players and we could generate some cash for them. Scotty McTominay, as far as I'm concerned, is done at United. He might be middle 20s, going to the best years of his career. He's done at United, in my opinion. I don't think he's good enough. I'd be happy to see us get 25 mil, 20 mil for him, go into a fellow Premier League club even. Proper Tom Cleverley standards. Just ship him off. That's sort of what I feel like in regards to him. So, but yeah, we could generate some cash and buy a right back. Surely. I don't know what's slowing us down. Hey there, Berber. What's going on, my man? Hope you're good, dude. Inter United says, Pig, what you expect from this club when you still have bloody Phil Jones or survive another war? Please stop the caps locks, Inter United, sir. And also, what do I expect from this club when you have Phil Jones? Well, Phil Jones, I expect a lovely cup of tea, bud. That's what I expect from Phil Jones. He assists Doris the tea lady like no man's business. He's generally good at that. He's a proper good tea bagger when it comes to making tea, this guy. But when it comes to defending at United, he's the international gurning champion of melt. That's all there is to say about him. He's not good enough. Not good enough. I don't even know why he's here, guys. Why is he still here? Quite a bizarre situation. Well, we know why. He was given a long-term contract not that long ago, which is madness. And he's just getting paid way more than he could get anywhere else. It's a cushy number for him. So why does he want to go anywhere? And if there's a team that comes, it has to be the right team that's muggy enough to pay the guy. D-Train, man, thank you so much for the super chat, D-Train, man. Getting it in raw from Australia, bro. Says, Pig yesterday showed how poor a team really are. At this stage, we're looking at an 8th place finish, bro. What do you think? Where will we finish? D-Train, thank you so much, bud, for your super chat there, man. Yeah, I know, yeah, like all the gash vulnerabilities that were there previously were on display. The gash set pieces, that last goal. What the fuck was David De Gea doing, by the way? But also the defence, but particularly David De Gea for that last goal. Never seen anything like it, guys. Fucking go for it, son. You're the goalkeeper. It's coming in near you. Go and claim it. Go and claim it, Davide. He just stood there like a bloody wet fish. Don't know what was happening with him in that moment, but we know David's a quality player. I'm not going to slag David off, but that was a melt of a moment. And then Lindo and Maguire did their best gash-tastic pub league impressions throughout the second half until they were subbed off, of course. The midfield was a big concern for me as well. Donny van der Blake, fucking bleak it is. In the midfield, his performance was bleak. And then, how's about, Fred had a good first half, right? Fred's looking good. He's got that nice ball over, he's done some good stuff. But then second half, again, he's not the guy that's going to take you from defence into attack to a high enough standard. He gives the ball away. He is erratic. And he gave it away multiple times in the second half and cost us opportunities. They had some really good chances because of Fred losing the ball. I think he'll always do that. I prefer him a bit higher up, box to box. I don't like him sat deep. When he was in the second half, sat in a bit deeper there, that's when he was giving the ball away, and he can't play out properly from the back. He's a bit ropey, guys. He is a bit ropey. He's a good player. He's definitely a good player, and I rate him, and I like him, and I keep him in the squad, but he's not a good enough player, is he? Oh shit, I forgot oh shit, man, the UFC was on. Mike, I totally forgot that it was on early, bud, because it's in London, mate. I was, for some reason, thought that was on at like 5 a.m, but obviously it's not because it's on in London. I've melted with that one. We needed major clear-outs as FWT. Thank you, Night Whisper, says Piggo, always good. Thank you so much, bud. Donny van der Geek, says Robert Duffy. Berber says, I'd like to see Fred with a proper midfield partner beside him. Yeah, I mean, that will help him. That will definitely help him. I would like to see Fred. You know how I'd like to see Fred? I'd actually like to see Fred play alongside somebody where they are playing the number 6 and Fred's got a bit more freedom to get forward and he's not doing the defensive role as much. Of course, he's got defensive duties, running around, buzzing around, winning the ball back, pressing. But I think he'd be a bit better off not sitting in front of the back line. He's not good at that stuff. I think personally, yeah, get someone like Frankie, maybe playmaking, Fred winning it back. Maybe that's a good combination. So I do think that could work. But, ideally, in an ideal world, we'd have somebody better than Fred. That's just the reality. Good player, but we need to have slightly higher ambitions than Fred. Mrs. P hasn't thrown you back in the garage today, Manduna. Not yet. I'm in my bedroom at the moment, but give Fred a Brazil shirt and he'll boss it, says Mikhail Kramer. Fred coming off the bench says Antony Leebacks. De Jong and CDM and Fred CM says Sir Paul Scholes. Ericsson and Iqbal when we don't get De Jong, says Licky T. Do you think we'll get De Jong, says Gary Butler? I'm feeling ever increasingly gash about the situation, lad. But yeah, why the hell not, man? Why the hell not? We've agreed a fee with them. He clearly just is owed a lot of money by Barca. Unless they settle, well, they've got to set it up eventually anyway, but unless they settle it up and then sell him, I just don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise, nothing would surprise me right now, bud. Barcelona are such a bunch of shithouses. It wouldn't surprise me if they pulled the plug on the whole deal and just kept him, to be fair. It wouldn't surprise me at all. If they're exercising all these economic levers and they've all of a sudden got a shitload of cash, why would they want to get rid of a really good playmaker like Frankie de Jong? I don't think Xavi would want to weaken his squad in an ideal world if it wasn't down to economics. But the reality is it is down to economics. Barca have agreed a fee with Man United for a reason, because they want to sell him and get the money for him and get the players' wages off the books. So I do think it will happen, yeah. I mean, I do think it will happen, but crikey, I don't think it's going to happen imminently. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, this one. Could even rage on all summer long. genuinely feel like this is what could happen. All the more reason why United do need to go over after other players. So Duncan Castle's reporting earlier on that Atletico intensify the pursuit of Cristiano Ronaldo by offering Antoine Griezmann to potential suitors. Guys, what's your thoughts on Antoine Griezmann? I mean, look, this guy's a quality player. Good goal-scoring record. I mean, I don't think he's... Let's have a look at his goal-scoring record. I personally don't think he's set the world alight over the last sort of year. But let's go and have a look at his goal, strike rate, etc. And see what is the vibe on this one. But this is just a report. It's probably a load of bollocks, to be honest. But maybe that's the case. Apparently, Atletico Madrid are ramping up their efforts to bring in Cristiano Ronaldo, and Diego Simeone is very, very interested. So the Times reporting that Madrid step-up move for Ronaldo. They're trying to offload Antoine Griezmann. Lots of different reports and outlets suggesting this is the case. So it's interesting. I mean, okay, so Griezmann, how is Griezmann 31? How is Griezmann 31, guys? I mean, doesn't that make you feel old? What? How's that happened? I saw something earlier, right? And it's like Nice over in France are interested in Kasper Schmeichel. Kasper Schmeichel, 35. And I was like, what? Peter Schmeichel's kid's 35? It's unbelievable, isn't it? And where's the time going, guys? I mean, Griezmann still looks like he's about 12, to be honest. But let's just have a look at his record, folks. So Griezmann's obviously a classy individual. He's a quality player. He's gone for big money in his time. But in terms of, like, you know, clinicality, is he the best? What I like about him is he's versatile. You know, he can play in the hole. He can play at a striker. He can play even out wide, etc. So he is a good player in that sense. He got 4 goals and 2 assists in the Champions League in 9 appearances this season just gone. 26 games in La Liga, 3 goals and 5 assists. Not the best. And that's for Atletico, of course. And then previously he's been playing for Barca in La Liga. 13 goals, 8 assists. I think he's a good player, very good player. And we could do a lot worse. In fact, out of all the players that have sort of been mentioned to us, out of forward players that could come in and help us out, he is probably the one that I like the most, the idea of, just because I do think he's quality and he's versatile. Okay, he can also, you know, he can play as a second striker. He can play wide. He can play up top as the actual finisher. So why not? I mean, he can be utilised in a different bunch of positions. Very good player, very good player. And if the price was right, if we could get a deal done, I mean, it's not a bad replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo at this moment in time based on who's available. Because we talked about who could come in. We talked about, Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay doesn't inspire me, guys. He might have done well since leaving United, but he was shite the first time around. And I know he's a good player, but he's not a good enough player, I don't think, for what we're trying to do. He's not an acquisition or a player that we could add to the squad that I think hugely improves us. So, yeah, Felix would be a great shout. Ember Glance, absolutely. João Felix would be excellent. I mean, I don't know. I personally think that this guy would be a decent sort of player to bring in. He's not super clinical. You know, he's not going to get you all those goals that you need, but he's going to be playing. He's the sort of player that could be playing a couple of different positions, which is important for a team like Man United when we have got some problem areas up there. We will have 1 or 2 injuries throughout the season. But in reality, this is probably not going to happen, folks. The only thing is he's got a contract left, okay? He's got a contract which runs out in the summer of 2023. So that's why this could be realistic. And let's go looking to offload. He's only got a year left on his contract. He wouldn't be expected that he would cost a huge amount of money. I mean, I'm not too sure if the contract here is actually his loan deal end or his actual sort of, you know, contract end. I'm not really too sure. But what is, I don't know what's... I've turned my microphone off, guys. How did I do that? How did I do that? Whoops-a-daisy, how long was that off for? Crikey. Anyway, thank you, Antony Ong, for becoming a member of the channel, mate. Get in there, my son. Everybody, please, can we get some big love hearts and welcome in Antony Ong to the channel membership, my son. Sue! He's become a member of the channel. Everybody, welcome, Antony. Thank you so much for choosing to support this show, mate. What a legend. Get in there, my son. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, bud. What an absolute hero. Yeah, there you go. Barca's still paying him his 700k a week. It's quite unbelievable, really, isn't it? But you know, we need new players, says Tito Harvey. I couldn't agree more. Ronaldo seen in United shorts Assigns to Sir Paul Scholes. Okay, but that's also happened a week ago. I saw his post. He likes posting pictures with his shorts rolled up, doesn't he, Cristiano Ronaldo? That's something that I've learned, is that he loves a picture with his shorts rolled up. What's that in aid of, guys? It's because he's wearing United shorts, but he doesn't want to show the badge. Is that what it is? I don't really understand. It's kind of cryptic, isn't it? Is he showing? Is he showing that he's a United player by wearing United shorts, or is he just rolling up his shorts and covering the badge just to cause a bit of controversy here? Weird, isn't it? But anyway, just back on Ronaldo. So Atletico intensify pursuit of Ronaldo. They're apparently looking to offload Griezmann to potential clubs, and Manchester United is one of them that could be talked about. Look, I don't know, guys. I don't know how realistic this is. It's probably unrealistic. It's just an option. But Ronaldo, though, going to Atletico Madrid, that could well happen. If Diego Simeone is super interested in this guy, you've seen in recent years what a player like, say, Luis Suarez did go in there. Did really well, obviously won the league. So it's possible that would interest Cristiano Ronaldo as well, because all he wants is really to compete for things, Champions League football, and to be part of a really good team. You sort of know what you're going to get from a Diego Simeone team. You're going to get a very good defensively solid team that's hard to beat and is really good on the counter-attack. So, yeah, I mean, would Ronaldo be interested in that? I certainly think that compared to playing in the shitty Europa League on Thursday nights, it makes a bit of sense, doesn't it? But goes to add further fuel to the fire that if we do sell Ronaldo, if Ronaldo does go, we'll probably go in for Antony. But I can't really criticise Ronaldo for leaving. Like I said many times, he does deserve better than this. Just on Antony then. So Antony, there are reports coming out that Manchester United are expected to make a move soon for Antony, and that we have been in discussions with Ajax for the sale of Antony. James Ducker says United are interested in signing Antony as representative is understood to have been in Manchester this week. It's a high fee, but it's still doable. Ajax have insisted that no more major player sales will take place amid these Antony rumours. So they've actually ruled out letting any more players go. But Ajax sporting director Jerry Hamstra ruled out more departures. He said, I know some of our players are still targeted and they are trying to pull them away, but we are keeping the squad we have left. Nobody's going anywhere now. We've made it clear to the players. We've had big talks with the players who have a strong desire to leave the club at this moment. Let us make this clear. We did not even want to lose Martinez, but the figures for the transfer fee were going to such heights that anyone in football knows how it works then. So what he's basically saying is none of our players are available unless you pay for them, unless you buy them for a reasonable amount of cash, yeah. We had to let him go, but we still have massive ambitions at Ajax. We play in the Champions League, and we can't afford to let go of 6 key players. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. 6 key players. Manchester United did that as well in the summer. We haven't fucking replaced or done anything. But, hey, look. So that's apparently, some reports say that's angered Antony and his team, who are reported to really want to get out of Ajax to go and join Manchester United for a big money move to the Premier League and reunite with Ten Hag. That's really where Antony and his camp is. They're pushing for a move this summer, and they would love to go to United. So it's understood that it's not too, they've not made, they're not too happy about those comments. And also their manager as well basically confirmed that and said that they're not looking to get rid of any more players as they sold a lot of players. But as we just established there by the comment that he said, let us make this clear, we did not even want to lose Martinez, but the figures for the transfer fee were going to such heights that anyone in football knows how it works. So, this guy clearly, anybody at Ajax is available. I said this 100 times. It's a production line. They've got great talents. They produce great talents, and everybody is available for the right price. I don't think we should pay 80 million for the guy, but he would be a good addition to the squad. 22, got a huge future in the game. Very exciting talent. I mean, I've actually got some statistics here, guys, on him, which I'd like to just show you very, very quickly, because, well, they make for impressive reading, impressive stats. Here we go, via Statman Dave on Twitter. Antony at Ajax ranked in the top 1% of wingers in Europe last season, per 90, in terms of some certain, attacking stats, such as touches in the final third, 47, progressive passes received, 12, shots 4, Shots on target, this is an average over 90, right, per 90. Shots on target, 1.57. Goal creating actions, 1.57. This is very, very key. I mean, very key. Goal creating actions, 1.57. So essentially, creating goal actions every 1.57 times a game. Assists, 0.78 per game. One of the best left-footed attackers in the world. However, CV884 says, Dutch League, thumbs down. It's a fair point, but what about the Champions League as well? This is factored in also. So the Champions League is the highest standard competition, and he's done well in that too. So I don't know, but you're right. The Eredivisie just isn't up to the standard of the Premier League, and he can't get away from that fact. So, but still, very impressive statistics for this player. He's obviously a really, really good talent, and we could do a heck of a lot worse. Reports are we would be prepared to go above 51 million, but we would not be prepared to go anywhere near the 80 million euro valuation put on the player by Ajax. So if they really stand steadfast on that, and they really don't want to sell him for any less than that, then yeah, we're probably not going to go in for him. If they're prepared to negotiate, if they're prepared to come down on that 80 million pound figure, or that 80 million euro figure, then I do think that there's business to be done here. We need a forward, we need a winger, we need both of them. In fact, we do need a centre forward and a winger. So if we could get this guy, it would help us. And a striker, says Night Whisper. Yeah, exactly. So we get this guy in as a right winger. Get somebody else in at striker in the future, not now. If Ronaldo goes, we do have to get somebody in to score goals. Absolutely. He wants us. He wants Erik ten Hag. Make it happen, you Glazer mounts. Precisely, Berber. Exactly. So it's a Martinez situation all over again. They will secretly, Ajax will be rubbing their hands together at this one, folks. Man, what a profitable transfer window it's already been for Ajax. They've sold a lot of players. They've made quite a bit of money, and this is what they do. 55 million euros for Lisandro Martinez. They've made themselves a cool profit of 50 mil on that guy. I mean, that's not bad, is it? Antony as well. I mean, crikey, I don't even know how much they paid for him, but I bet you it wasn't any more than like 15 million quid. Let's have a look, because, but he's worth essentially 80 now. So this is what they do. They produce great talents. They do awesome things. And he arrived for 14 million. I think 14 million it says here from Sao Paulo there to Ajax in the 2021 season. And now they're on about selling him for 80 million euros. So look, they'll be rubbing their hands together, guys. If they can sell all these players, that's all they want, is just to produce talents, sell them, make huge amounts of money, reinvest, get new talents, reproduce great talents, and then sell them for huge amounts of money too. So it's a big production line at Ajax, and it's nothing new to them, folks. Nice one, Rushmano says we've got 191 likes. You know what, guys? That's good, but it's not great. We can do better than that. Let's change that Harry Maguire-esque like spike and make it more Vidic-esque by smashing the thumbs up on it. Hit the like. Let's see if we can blitz past 200. Thank you, every one of you that does that. It's free. That's all we ask. Drop a cheeky little like on the video. And also, if you're new to this show, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button so you can get involved. We're going to have a big Q&A at the end. I just want to cover all the rest of the news here. So, Ronaldo has been impressed, apparently, by Diego Simeone's eagerness to work with him at Atletico. That's what Duncan Castles has said. And we're expected to be looking at realistically going to get Antony if Ronaldo goes. And that could be a big if. We don't know about Ronaldo staying or going right now. In my opinion, he stays, because I don't think there's that many teams that are after him. However, if Atletico Madrid really, truly decide that they want him and they want to spend 25 million up front on a 37-year-old player and then pay him a shitload of cash as well, then fair play to them. And if Ronaldo wants to go and doesn't doesn't want to stay at Manchester United, and he's thrown down his gauntlet to Ten Hag and the club and said, no, I'm leaving, I'm never playing again, etc., then we got to let him move on. But those are some serious parameters that have not been met yet. We haven't received a good enough bid for him. We don't know if these teams are seriously, genuinely interested. And also, we don't have to sell him at all anyway, even if we do receive a bid, because he's our player contracted to next year. So I still hold out hopes that he's going to change. I mean, look, he is posting stuff on Instagram, isn't he, folks? You saw his Instagram post earlier. We talked about the one the other day where he's working out. And, he's got another one on. Do I have to show you the picture, guys? Do I have to show you? Goodness me, I don't feel like I have to, but because we've looked, I feel like we've looked at Cristiano Ronaldo with very little clothes on too much on this channel already in recent days. But let's just have a look at this then, folks. So, hang on a second. So Cristiano Ronaldo put this on Instagram not that long ago, and it's just simply him working out right. There's his leg. But it's him working out. And again, he's wearing those Manchester United shorts, but he's got them rolled up so you can't see the badge or anything. It's pretty weird, guys. What is that all about? Why not just have your fucking shorts on normal, mate? Who rolls up their shorts, guys? You know, okay, I get it. He's really trying to pose for the camera. He wants everyone to see his big thigh muscle there and stuff. I get it. But in reality, who does that? He's doing this on purpose, guys. I think he's doing it on purpose. Like, why? It's just like, it's a cryptic thing, isn't it? I don't know what it is. It's kind of like trying to say to the people who, just in case he does stay at Manchester United, that he's still wearing those Man United shorts, and he's prepared to, he's training for the new season. But if he can get a move away, he hasn't been rocking that United badge. No, he's just wearing some generic blue Adidas shorts, guys. It's very strange. I don't know what he's up to, but there you go. Exactly, Mark Harris says, let it go, have a Frey Bentos. Mate, I wonder if Cristiano Ronaldo's ever had a Frey Bentos in his life. Personally, I don't think so. Oh, Palmarius rolls his shorts up while playing football. I can't lie. Do you really? Do they stay rolled up very long though, bud? Crikey, I've never rolled my shorts up in any scenario ever. The only time I've ever had rolled up shorts is when I'm like wearing trousers and it gets really hot and then I've got to make a pair of makeshift shorts. It's by rolling the leg up, pal. That's the only way I roll up a short, Get him out, says Arsenal. He hasn't got the new kit yet, says Steve Wild. Yeah, Jonathan Gallagher, what's going on, my mate? How you doing? Yeah. Maran says, Pig, hope you read this. I honestly think that Ronaldo is doing the whole Atletico Madrid saga to get Real Madrid interested. Same thing that happened with Man City. Wow, Maran, that's quite an interesting point, mate. Yeah, okay, so George Mendes had apparently offered him to City last season. As soon as we heard about that and that he was available and could be going to City, we've struck, haven't we? Maybe so. And what an interesting point you make. They certainly, think about Real Madrid. They certainly would not want Cristiano Ronaldo at Atletico Madrid banging in the goals against him. You are right about that, bud. But will Real Madrid go and bring Cristiano Ronaldo back at this stage of the career? I mean, they just won the Champions League and stuff. I mean, I don't think that they will. But you never know. They might. Thank you, Rich M, for liking the video. He says, I'd liked as always. Thank you so much, Rich M, you bloody legend, man. Thank you so much. But anyway, Ronaldo there working out in Man United clobber, but he's hidden the badge. What does that mean? Only he knows. But I do think that they're looking for a move away, and if they can't get that move away, he'll just get his head down and play for Man United because he wants to prepare for the World Cup. He's not going to just have a completely wasted season. He's still going to add goals and assists, or he's still going to look to add goals and etc. and have a good season. He's not just going to stay in Portugal or, not turn up for training when the actual window's closed. It's just dependent on whether or not a club comes in for Ronaldo that is a good enough offer for Man United and it makes sense for him. And if that's the case, they probably will sell him. But in case that happens, then, unless that happens, I don't think it's going to happen, guys. So, yeah, Ronaldo swap deal with Griezmann or Ronaldo to, some sort of crazy shit like that. Who knows what's going on? But I could see it happening because, let's face it, Man United don't have Champions League football. They do. And for that reason alone, it's a possibility for Ronaldo. If that's all he really wants is to add goals in that Champions League campaign this season to make sure that he doesn't ever get taken over by Lionel Messi or whatever, then fair enough. Go to Atletico, mate. Okay, so by the way, Ten Hag was speaking after the game. He said, that's what I just said in the dressing room. A drop-off in focus is unacceptable. To the season, I'm happy because now I can tell them it cannot happen. So what was I saying earlier? Highlighting vulnerabilities. Now he's seen some of the gash awfulness at the back and in midfield, and hopefully he's going to make some necessary changes and hopefully raise the standard here, in all fairness. Also there's reports that Wan-Bissaka is still wanted by various clubs, still linked to various clubs, so he could be somebody that's parting ways in order to generate a bit of cash. I'm just going to get through some of the lesser transfer news we've got for the day. Also, United reportedly interested in Inter Milan's right-sided defender Denzel Dumfries, who still has 3 years left on his contract after joining from PSG last summer, but he could be on his way out. With apparently United are weighing up a move for him, but this is a report by The Sun. So that's why I've left it to the end of the show to talk about. But still, though, this is a player we should be interested in. And he's a Netherlands international. He'd probably come in and be our best right back straight away as well. He's got a reported value on him of around about £34 million, so 40 million euros. But apparently the Italian club, they would be sort of open to offers in regards to Denzel Dumfries. So that's all we could hope for, is that we might go for him. Maybe they could be a bit of business still at right back done, where we sell one of our right backs and then maybe look to bring this guy in. So that's possible. Yep. Also, Ten Hag, like I said, he branded that United collapse earlier as totally unacceptable. He said we had a lot of movement behind the defending line, scored 2 great goals, so we were 2-0 up at half-time, and then our focus dropped. It can be that the guys are tired, but that's not an excuse. They have to perform, and it's what we didn't do that in the second half. It was the focus. I don't want to make excuses about the pitch or weather. No matter what, we have to perform. Football's a sport and mistakes, and we have to decrease the mistakes. That's clear, but I've seen a lot of progress in these 2 weeks. The first half, I saw really good football, really controlling and dominating the game, but we have to learn from what happened in the second half. It's not possible that you go 2-0 up and then throw it away. But that's what we did time and time again last season, is throwing away leads and really, really struggling to see out games and having like a couple of moments of madness against teams. I remember that Aston Villa game in the actual, was it the Aston Villa game, mate, when they drew, I've got a bad memory, 2-2, and we just collapsed, didn't we? I seem to remember. But anyway, that's in the actual league. I'm not talking about the game that just happened earlier today. My memory's not that bad. Okay, so right, just quickly as well. Ten Hag, Ajax replacement, might have hinted how to bring Antony to Man United. This is on MEN, and just some reports that say Alfred Schroeder, his replacement at Ajax, obviously has outlined how he does not want to lose the forward this summer, but his comments show not always lost for Ten Hag. He said, I really think Antony will stay. We have sold a lot of players now. I assume no one is leaving. If we sell one more key player, it wouldn't be good for us. But we've heard the comments as well from the sporting director as well, one of the sporting directors. And it sounds like if the price is right, there's a deal to be done. But it won't be easy for Manchester United because there's a lot of money involved. And also, I think there's a report that says that his previous club, Sao Paulo, will be owed 20% of the deal. So that is another reason why Ajax are looking for big money, because I think there's a 20% sell-on clause in his contract. So in a recent interview with Give Me Sport, Fab Romano provided the latest update on United's interest in him. He said, Antony has always been a top target, but Ajax have already sold many important players. The last one was to Manchester United, Lisandro Martinez, of course. This is why at the moment it's not easy to negotiate with Ajax, which is very, very true. And also because some of the percentage of the cash could be going elsewhere also. So because of that, it's going to take quite a bit of money. It's not the most realistic because it's all of our budget, but it could well happen. I mean, we're supposedly going in for this guy and we're negotiating at some point soon. We haven't done yet, but there could be a bidding coming very, very soon from Manchester United. We've had discussions with them, of course. And if we're looking to bolster our forward options, we could do a heck of a lot worse than this guy because he looks like a super, super talented 22-year-old Brazilian winger. Nice one. Okay, so yeah, feeling sort of maybe semi-optimistic we could get him in there. It's possible. All right, guys, so let's just have a little rundown of what we discussed in the video. Let me just have a little look at what we said. So Antony interest, James Ducker said, United are interested in signing Antony. His representatives are understood to have been in Manchester this week. Various different reports linking us to an offer. United are reportedly prepared to go above 51 million for Antony, but will not meet Ajax's asking price of 68 million pounds. Also, Duncan Castle's reporting that Atletico Madrid have intensified their pursuit of Cristiano Ronaldo, looking to maybe try and snatch him, and they're looking at offloading Griezmann to help maybe. This is just, it's speculative, but it could happen. Who knows if there's that strong interest there, and Ronaldo really, really needs Champions League football, then why not, eh? And also Ronaldo working out. What's going on with his abs there, guys? Hang on a second, though. What's that, for fuck's sake, guys? How many abs has this guy got? I've heard of this. Is that his rib? Like, what the fuck are those? Are those oblique muscles on his abs are ridiculous. He's got like a 28 pack. He's got like 10 down the middle and 12 down the sides. This guy's got a fucking 28 pack, guys. Never mind a 6 pack. What the fuck's that all about, man? You know? Anyway, right, let's get into the live chat and have a Q&A, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Looks like my abs, says Rich M. Nice. Let's have a little go at the live chat, see what you legends are saying. Let's have a Q&A now. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me waffle for the best part of, over an hour, actually. Holy shit. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me waffle. Let's have a Q&A now. Please do us a mad favour and smash that like button. We're nearly at 250 likes. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't done. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes here, see what you legends are saying. I'm good, thank you, Rob MUFC. Not too bad, mate. Still a little bit shattered, but other than that, not too bad. You got a 1-pack, says RD Chico. A keg. Yeah, me too, pal. Pig's falling in love against the soldier. Enigma47 says, what's happening, boss? FIFA tonight? Oh, man, it's already 11:30, boss. He's a transfer update. Let's have a look at this, Rushmano. Thank you, pal. Let's see what's going on. So there must be, let's have a look at, we've got a new update, folks. Give me a second. New update. Oh, yeah. Eric Ten Hag's given players Monday off, but they're due to report for training at accounting. So, yeah, okay. So I think they fly back. They come back on Sunday, don't they? And they've been given Monday off. That's a report that's come out from Samuel Lucas from the MEN. Nice, nice. Also, Manchester United are looking to seek clarification on the Cristiano Ronaldo situation when he intends to return to pre-season, etc. So they're going to try and figure that out soon. United have been respectful of Ronaldo's circumstances, and with the players' camp grateful to the way Richard Arnold has handled the matter. Okay, fair enough. That sounds decent. Apparently, when Barcelona inquired about Harry Maguire during discussion with MSC regarding Frankie de Jong, the player was unmoved about the thought of playing for the Catalan club. Guys, this is absolute bollocks. I'm sorry, what is this? This is bollocks. What the fuck is this Maguire business all about? That's nonsense. Nobody wants that guy. Right, let's get into the live chat. Let's see what you legends are saying for yourselves. Thank you, everybody, for getting in here for the show tonight. Do hit that like button on it. Hit that subscribe and all that jazz. And let's be having you. Wish I had Monday off, says Rich M. Where is our DM? Yeah, Willie, we haven't got him in there, have we? It's been a really piss-poor season, summer transfer window, I mean. We're not getting what's that, members here, if you don't think is a real red. What's that mean, Dark Knight Whisper? Hope you're keeping well. Thank you, Ninja Diffuse HD. Hoping for a good season ahead. Piggo's a real red. Thank you, Night Whisper. Barcelona wants Slabby, says Arsenal Manic. I agree with Palmares. Maguire to Barca is complete bollocks. I'm with you on that one. I don't understand how it's not the case. Also, just another report's come in that Man United's Brandon Williams is reportedly wanted by Brighton in a £15 million deal. He's reportedly been identified by Graham Potter as a replacement for Mark Cucurella, who of course been linked to City. So if that's the case, 15 million quid for Brando Williams, take the money, I say, because wow, he's not going to play. He's just not going to play. We got Malacia, Tellez, Luke Shaw on the left. We got Wan-Bissaka, Dallo on the right. I don't think Brando's ever really going to get a look in. So, yeah, great deal, says Ember Glance. If we could get 15 million from Brighton for him, then I think that would be a good bit of business, guys. Yep, Rushy says good deal that. What do you think, guys? Brandon Williams, keep or sell? You take 15 million for Brandon, same price for Malacia. Exactly, Palmaris, I know, yeah. But if you think about it, Brandon's not going to be that cheap because he's young and he's homegrown, and so he does have a pretty decent price tag on him. Malaria looks a good player, says Rich M. I think you mean Malacia there, bro. Autocorrect's got you there. Jonathan Gallagher says, Pig, Maguire and Lindelof better be dropped. Luke Shaw is pants. Binham, says Mark Harris. Outgoings, that's all we hear. Glazers are skint, says United till I die. Keep Brandon, give him a go, says Mark Harris. Oh, I mean, he's young. What is he, 20? I mean, he's got youth on his side, that's for sure, but he's not bad. I kind of liked how his mentality when he only played for us a handful of times. I kind of liked his mentality, but I wouldn't be bothered about keeping him only because he's not going to play. He's not going to get in there ahead of Luke Shaw or Malacia, I don't think, and he's not really going to play on the other side either. So what's the point of having him? Sell, says Lucky Singh. Tellers is shit, says Jonathan. Well, maybe Tellers will be sold. That's the point. Williams could do well under Potter Rushmano. Yeah, absolutely. Willie Death Eater says, keep Williams. There's a lot of matches to be played. United folded like Ronaldo's Tigo's contract versus Villa, says Sean Eason. Right, yeah. Buyback clause, says Daryl Platt. That's an interesting shout as well. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Sell Brando. Put a cheeky little buyback clause in there. That's not a bad idea, is it? Williams is the new Lingard, says Dutch Christ. What? That just doesn't make any sense on a number of levels. Solskjaer says, we don't have to sell him. Loan him out again, says Solskjaer. Very good point also. You're right, Mikhail. Brandon's got balls, and that's more than can be said for a lot of these players. Loan him to Forest, says Ali Chico. Sell Lindelof and keep Bailly. I'm with you on that one, Willie. Brandon makes a love a cup of coffee, though, boss, says Mark Harris. Well, yep, fair enough. Mine's a double mocha, please, Brando. Sell him to Forest or Leeds, says Simon. We should raffle Maguire, says Mags. What's the... who's going to buy a ticket for that shit, mate? Top Shagger 2, apparently, says Solskjaer. Let them all try. We're going to sort them out, says Night Whisper. Thank you, Roshmano. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, indeed, guys. If you guys are new, please do hit that sub up. Malaria, says Chocolate Salty Balls. He'll be sold, says Lucky Singh. My Xbox is a Series S, Assie Maybed. Sold, says Aaron Spear. The Vutinator says, Red Army, Red Army, Red Army. We are just one of the teams you now that often will score 6, but we seldom score 10. Get in there, Vutinator, you legend. Love it. Hey, thank you for subscribing there, Mags. Appreciate you. Antony News, says Nesco. Let's have a little look, see what's going on. Oh, Simon Jones also, okay, yep, reporting that Jose's interested in taking Eric Bailly at Roma. I heard a link that he'd be interested in Dallo as well, their Portuguese vibe, but who knows. Thank you, Night Whisper says, good show as always, love you, mate. Thank you so much, Night Whisper, you Don. Zane Miassi with an $8.99 super chat, bud. He says, after your performance against Villa, Piggy, you must be worried. No one wants to join you apart from players that played for Ten Hag. He doesn't have the pull like Arteta. Mikel Arteta has any pull? Fuck me. Goodness me. I can't really imagine Arteta having that much influence on anybody. Let's face it, this guy is a bit of a melter of a manager, and he was a good player, but it's not like he was fucking Zidane. He played for Everton most of the time, mate. And was just like a good player. Arteta was a good Premier League player, he really was. But was he a great player? Nah, he wasn't. So I don't really understand what sort of pulls he got. And as a manager, he's done jack all, really. Okay, he got lucky with that FA Cup win for Arsenal and stuff. Come on now. Zamiassi, sort yourself out, lad. Do career mode, says SMA Pad. Oh, man, I don't even know if I'm doing FIFA tonight, guys. I feel like shit, to be honest. And I'm just really, really tired. My brain's melting. It's so late. Mrs. P's here. I haven't seen her for a few days. And, you know, we haven't got that much time this week. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I might do FIFA in a little bit, or I might not. Do career mode, says that's him. Chelsea going to rock the Gunners tonight, says Rob MUFC. Has Arsenal signed 2 players who used to play under Arteta at City? Isn't the same as Ten Hag. Ian Dawn, love it. Yeah, and also, how's about the really Man United as a club just is a much bigger draw than Arsenal. Let's face it. Arteta's been desperate to sign Zinchenko, says Simon Warner. Pep's rejects, says Dutch Christ. Yeah, he just signs Pep's rejects. So he's Pep Guardiola's reject himself, and he only goes and signs Pep's rejects. Steve says, developing story. Man United are interested in signing Dutch international playmaker Frankie de Jong. Arteta's quite a bit on the sideline, says Rushy. Piggy gonna put her in a blanket, says Jake. Have a few beers and get the fedora on, says Enigma 47. She won't mind, says Rich. Is it red panty time, says Aston Mane? I don't know, mate. I like FIFA stream, says Mike. Okay, we might do one. I'm pretty much going to have to wrap this video up then in case I do, because it takes me a bit of time to get set up and stuff. So you know what? I'm going to wrap this news video up there, guys. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Come back after it's finished and comment in the not live comments. Get the community vibe going. Keep the debate going afterwards. Have your say. And, you know, thank you, everyone, for watching this stream tonight. It's been a good one. Appreciate you all hanging out for the news. We've got 233 likes, nearly 250. Is there 17 of you legends out there who've not hit the like? Please do before you go. Where do I see you doing FIFA? It will be on this channel, man. It'll be on this channel, Rich. Thank you, Rich M and Marky Nurse and Vutinator, United Tactical Talk. Do 2 hours at least. I suppose I could just do a couple of hours, couldn't I, Mr. Leo G? Thanks, Pig. Enjoyed it as always. Thank you, Devils Are Red. Thank you so much. Smash a 1 if you'll watch the FIFA. Smash a 2 if you're going to bed. What's good, DC84 and Sean Eason. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Rich M. Devils Are Red. Elliot Manduna. Just everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the show. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you for all the ones in the chat. Well, maybe then. Well, we'll see what's going on. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Have a good one, Simon Warner and Marky Harris and Rich N. Thank you, Mark Harris. Thank you, Amit Kumar, Dutch Christ, Vuti, Jay, Elliot, Mr. Leo G, Master Yoda, the big guy, and all the legends. Thank you all of the moderators. Thank you all of the members. Thank you all of the super chatters, Zamiassi, etc. Thank you to everyone for getting in here raw tonight with your opinions and thoughts. Do come back once it's finished and get your opinions in the not live comments. Ian Dawn says, don't do it. Spend time with the missus. NK Shooter says, bye, Pig. Love you too, man. Thank you so much for getting in. Dutch Christ says, too tired. Adamski's going to watch. Elliot's going to watch. Amit and NK and Elliot. Thank you, everybody. Okay, have a great night, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Can always knock one out, says Michaela. Right, everybody, thank you for watching. Stay classy. That's the end of the show. Drop that like button before you go. Hit the subscribe button if new. Follow us on social media as well at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Check out the website unitedflyinghigh.com for your latest United news. And just thank you everybody for tuning in. There's a good outlook that I'll be doing a FIFA stream tonight, guys. Yeah. The possibility is likely. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, thank you for keep a lookout. Have a good one. That's it for the show. See you on the next one. Come on, United, sort your bloody lives out. Let's get some players. Let's give Ten Hag a chance. Because right now we've got a 6th place, Guff place squad, and we need to do a heck of a lot better. Let's sign some more players. Let's get this De Jong deal done. It's a saga that is raging on. It's a joke and a debacle. We've got Eriksen and Martinez meeting up with us next week, basically, to hopefully play for the last couple of games of the tour, but we have ill prepared for this season. Sort your bloody lives out and let's sign some good players. When am I on next? I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. Simon Warner with the latest Days United update. And yeah, nice one, Sean. Nice one, Master Yoda, Rich M, Ember Glance, CV, Night Whisper, Vooty, and everybody else. That's it for the show. Have a good one, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the troll. This is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. See.